Good afternoon and goodbye for the semester, I suppose. I've thoroughly enjoyed this course as well as the other course on finance. Um, Initially, the article from Module 4 that I wanted to reflect on was secession. And the reason being is that our principal is leaving this year. She's retiring. And it made a lot of good points about being prepared uh, to take the reins, if you will, and continue to guide and grow the school. Uh, Nevertheless, since I am applying for the principalship, I moved on to a different article, the article on 9 principles of courageous leadership. And the one reason I wanted to focus on that was I've encountered friendship relationships. I've also encountered quote unquote political um, relationships. And so, in as much as teachers were given positions because of who they knew, uh, some of the friendships um, got in the way because it allowed for points that we needed desperately to allocate to grade levels um, was given to support staff who does not touch uh, the number of kids that a regular ed teacher would touch. And so that's why I wanted to go to principles of courageous leadership um, to prepare myself by going over these characteristics and being prepared to deal with it if given the opportunity. Um, and also inside this article, or in this article, it talked about keeping the main thing the main thing. That's not going to be hard unless it's hollow. I notice some principals say things in their faculty meetings and elsewhere that's supposed to be the signal of who we are as a school community. But hollow is when it's just said and there's no leadership behind it to emphasize or force that, which brought me to another point within it that said that a courageous leadership will coach his staff um, for improvement. My history in education included consulting and coaching teachers as a coach as well. And I know I'm prepared to do that. And I've also recognized the difficulties that come along with coaching. And in this regard, change. Because a lot of times when you're coaching a teacher for or coaching a staff towards improvement, there are changes that need to be made to the culture, to the curriculum, teaching strategies, so on and so forth. And that conversation could be difficult at times. Um, Another thing that I wanted to focus on, or another thing that caught my eye, was conflict. I've also experienced how we as administrators can pass off conflict to keep from taking sides. And I'm kind of glad to say I've never been that way. I think I've always possessed the courage to call a spade, if you may. And if the problem on this team rests with this particular individual, that's the way I pointed it out. And that's who and what was going to be resolved. Um, One of the last points that they made was accentuating the positive, um, not just being positive, but helping teachers to understand that everything that occurs will not have a positive spin, but the positivity that should be there is that we will get through this together. As an administrator, it says keep a positive overtone by letting teachers know, even if we're going down the wrong path, you're not going down by your no. You won't be redirected on your own. You'll have support from the administration. So, courageous leadership, I know, is what's going to be required to succeed this principle. I am applying, as I said, and I hope that I'm given the opportunity to display the courage that um, is inside this article. Uh, Lastly, I wanted to point out that I am grateful for this course. A lot of the components that we have had the opportunity to deal with in the way of safety, in the way of respecting teachers' times. I've been able to research the articles that were given and actually come up with some things that I would like to propose. And again, I'm hoping that if I'm not principal of the school, and that someone else comes in, that the ideas that I've generated from taking part in this course, and I mean it sincerely, that I'm given the opportunity to implement. It was a quality course. I had a great time. Dr. Kimbrell, I greatly appreciate your structure, the organization that you had within this course, and I look forward to taking these ideas, implementing them into the school as the principal. But if that's not the case, I will certainly pitch and advocate for many of the ideas that I took from this course. Again, I'll say good afternoon, I'll say goodbye, and then I'll say thank you, Dr. Kimbrell. Thank you. Have a good summer.